Hey traders, what a day in the markets. Markets have just closed. I finished my trading. Things are rocking, things are rolling, but I want to share with you exactly what I see on the charts when it comes to, the short term anyway. You know where my view is on the long term. My long term view is down, but the short term view for me might be something different. So let's get into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, so we are going to have a look at the short-term view on this market. You know my long-term view is down overall, but I think for the short-term view anyway, I think we're likely to start seeing a bit of move to the high side. So let me explain the reason why I say that. And some people call me a contrarian trader. I didn't know what that means. All I do is I follow the market. That's what I am. That's the sort of market I am. That's the sort of trader I am. Now here's the thing, guys, okay? Here's the thing that I say. Looking at the markets, okay? Looking at the markets and looking at everything that is happening within the market, I'm seeing a lot of different indicators when it comes to the price action. I'm seeing that we're likely to get a move to the high side. Let me explain what I mean here. If I go to the S&P 500, okay, and we look at the S&P 500, firstly we can see this type of bar. Look at this reversal bar. Came all the way down, came all the way back up, and then closed there. So closed just slightly down. You know, we're talking about 1%. I know 1%, but but the thing is, guys, is this volume here, it's probably going to be a lot bigger by the time everything settles down and the software updates it. So it's probably going to be a lot bigger. But if you look over here on the weekly chart, guys, you can actually see where we're at. This whole level through here, if I bring my trend line up, delete that. If I bring my trend line up through there, then you can actually see that we are at, and to bring this down through to here, these low points, you can see we're at an area of support, okay? So to me, guys, we are likely to see a reversal back to the high side. I'm not saying new highs. I'm just saying a little bop to the high side before we go down, okay? Because we are in this overall, overall big downward channel here, okay? And so that's been happening through there. We had this big thump down, come down, come down, come down. I think we're likely to get a bit of reversal back up to the high side. I really do see that. Now, I don't think we're likely to continue this overall long-term trend. I think it's going to be a little run to the high side, and then maybe we get a dip down. So that's looking at that. But the thing is, guys, is I really have noticed I've noticed that if the S&P is doing something, but the Dow Jones is not quite there, then things are likely to change. Now let me explain what I mean. Let me explain what I mean when I say that. Looking at the overall market, I noticed the S&P came down to its lows through here. But if I show you the Dow Jones, look what happened with the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones just recently, if I bring that high point, just recently came down, and let's just call that the low point. Just recently came down to that low point through there, and you can see that was that through there, and plus we have this low point through here. It almost got to that low point there. So it got to that low point there. So you can see this is where the market was yesterday on the Dow Jones. And I was watching this. And you can see this is where the Dow Jones was. Look on the S&P 500. If you looked yesterday, it was already at the level. It was already at the lows. So it was already at that support level. All we needed to find a bit of a support was for the Dow Jones to get to that point. Once the Dow Jones did, as you can see it did, it came down, bounced off this level through here, and now we rejected off. Now we're likely to see a bit of run to the high side. Once again, we're getting this overall type of movement coming through to here. So if I draw that trend line, you can see that type of movement. So that's actually strong sellers, slowly sellers. So I'm expecting a bit of a pop to the high side, guys, and a bit of a rally back up to the high side. I'm expecting to see that. Okay, so I'm expecting to see that in the markets, and I am expecting to see that And then maybe over the next couple of months, guys, we're going to go bam, we're going to have the biggest move you've ever seen in your lifetime. That's just my theory anyway. So looking on the Nasdaq, guys, Nasdaq, as well, you can see the Nasdaq came down to basically at its lows and rejected off. Same with the S&P and the Dow Jones. And looking at the Russell was the last one. Now the Russell, if you look at the weekly chart, the Russell had this weekly support and resistance level going on through here. So that's that. If you go to that high point through there, so roughly around at that point there, guys, that's where the Russell is. So again, on the Russell, you can see, and this is something, guys, when you're reading the market, okay? When you're reading the market, you can see this strength. See this strength of these sellers. Bam, 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 all the way down. And then something what happens. We're still getting sellers, but they're more of a weaker sellers. You see that? And then suddenly, and again, this is what I was showing you on the other charts, right? So you get strong sellers, and let me see if I can show you this here. When you get the market moves in tandem, so the market moves in the market likes to move in different the market moves in sellers and buyers, right? So what happens is this: you get something through here, you get these strong sellers, and then through here you get these weaker sellers. That is actually most of the time a bullish sign, and we're likely to get a rally back up to the high side. I'd say probably back up towards these 108 level, maybe even the 106 level. Looks like over here there's a little support level around the 106 to 104. So maybe to, yeah, anywhere between the 104 106 level, it looks like it wants to rally to. So whenever that happens, we get these strong sellers, these weaker sellers, and then we pop out and then we rally back. And then that to me is like, that's actually a bullish sign when we actually get that. Because the same thing here, you get these strong sellers, weak buyers, like a flag, you get a bit of move down. And so that's generally what happens. Now, in the mix of all that, you're starting to see we're getting these type of nice buying sort of reversal bars as well too. So guys, for the short term, I do think we're likely to find a bit of support and we're likely to start rallying a bit. And that's what I see on the market overall. And I do see, guys, once again, I do see by looking at these charts, and I do see by looking at the markets, I think we're likely to get a bit of rally. So guys, I hope this helps you out. Again, my short-term view is that we're likely to get a bit of a rally, not new highs, just a little bit of rally, maybe on the Dow Jones back up to the, maybe back up to the 1660 level to sort of 17,000 level, somewhere around about there. And then I think we're likely to get hit again in another couple of weeks to maybe another month or so with that. So anyway, guys, that's what I see on the chart. Hey, it's John Howell here, and thanks so much for watching my video. You see, I'm putting out daily videos and education on helping you learning the art of successful trading. So click on the subscribe button to keep up to date with every video I do. Also, check out my story video, $250,000 in debt, cancer, overweight, family passing away, lived on the streets, and more, and how I overcome it and now thriving through my life. This is here to motivate you, so click on that image to watch my video. And lastly, if you're struggling with your trading, then you need to see my latest webinar where I'm sharing with you an amazing strategy that allows you to generate an income without getting the direction right. So click on that image on this page to register for my next free webinar. This is John Howell here. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.